My fave movie is Spy Kids, and my mom uses it against me by asking me to do something, and if I don't want to do it, she goes, Spy Kids, take out the trash. And I'm like, damn it, if I don't take out the trash, then I'm not a Spy Kid, so I have to take out the trash. I'm 26. No, I'm almost 40. I forgot how old this movie is, but it's still really good. It's a good movie. Watch the frick out. If your freak matches well enough, we'll both disappear like in Tetris. Expose into a million tiny triangle pieces. The phrase our suspiciously wealthy IT or medical professionals thing is really funny because having any furry friends will have you realize that most of them are either underpaid cashiers or just unemployed. I think the misconception stems from this. Furries are everywhere across all walks of life. People who wear full fursuits to conventions tend to be wealthy professionals in typically in-demand jobs because it is largely those people who have the money to buy fursuits and plane tickets, as well as the job security to feel safe being open with it. Fursuits are frickin' expensive. High fantasy world with no whites present, send post. Depending on other world building details, it actually would make more sense to not have any groups that one would recognize as white in a fantasy setting. Obviously, if there's no Europe type location, then no Europe types. But also, if you're doing an entirely unique human groups, then I feel it would be reasonable for none of these groups to appear white, no? They got rid of the classical elements and replaced it with something called the four harmonious insects. So now instead of fire, water, etc., we have moth, spider, leech, and worm. Wait a minute. Doesn't an insect have, isn't that the 6-leg one? Leech, worm, spider, I don't even know if moth counts. Alright, I had to Google it to be sure, but no, spider, leech, and worm are all not insects. Moth, you could argue, because yeah, they have wings, but they have the right amount of legs. They get a pass. 3/4 of your element replacement doesn't work. Just replace insects with bug and you're fine. What the heck? Wolverine. Thursday, stab. Monday, coma. Wednesday, pub. Commercial content. Buy my nothing. You admit the Oxford comma, and those last two items in your list start looking kinda gay. Like, why are the two standing so close together, huh? Sometimes I think about the Nuzlocke challenge and how it's genuinely interpreted nowadays as gritty and gruesome and dramatic. But then I remember it's derived from a comedic comic and literally named after a Nuzleaf with the face of John Locke. I wondered where the name came from. This is not the answer I expected though. The thing about healing potions is that people often draw greater versions as a bigger bottle. This would be a scam, because all that does is have more potion in a single bottle instead of being a stronger potion. 100 times a higher level healing potion is way more expensive than multiple low level ones. Also, this would make it heavier to carry and take more time to drink, something you don't want in a fight where you need healing. This is why I propose that greater versions should have the same bottle size and the liquid inside should be more red, to represent it being a much more concentrated healing. Notification! Long as frick tags! People who ramble at tags, I love you. 4. The smart way of being healthy and fit. Kickstart your long-term health journey through the Vor app. Oh no. Listen, if you want an abundant food source that contains every nutrient the human body needs, go to Vor. The way men think eating meat feeds into their masculinity is so freaking funny. Like, Miss Thing, you didn't wrestle that stuff with your bare hands. You took your dumpy butt to Costco in your wife's PT Cruiser. You might as well be a drag queen at this point. Top 5 worst ways to be found. Found out, found guilty, found wanting, found lacking, and found by this email. It's come to my attention I forgot about dead. No, these 5 are worse. Sam, the government is closed. Go home, Isabel. Me telling Isabel about the government shutdown 4 years later, and I have to bring this post back. Sadly, it is timely again. And again. Honestly, Isabel probably would be one of the people who works without pay. I mean, she'd complain about the back pay, but even maybe not. Knowing Isabel, she'd probably do it for free. These abstract saw traps are getting out of hand. What do you mean I have to acknowledge how I've disciplined my loved ones in my quest to put my own needs first? Or I'll be tormented by their idea of me for the rest of my life. Where are the poisoned razors? This is BS. Okay, Jigsaw saw the spell, so the door opened slightly and a bunch of razors were pushed into the room, and now I feel guilty. Ironically, now I'm acknowledging how I've disappointed Jigsaw. Does this mean Jigsaw is one of your loved ones? Is that the real lesson here? Oh my gosh, it's a Jigsaw pickup line. Jigsaw's flirting with you, run! Don't care if the room is locked, run through the wall, find a way out. R/drugs. Estrogen is a recreational drug. Is there something that you can do? I say recreational as it is for fun and not for transitioning, etc. For some reason, taking estrogen makes me feel so good. Does anyone else take estrogen recreationally? What effects do you notice? And are any good combos with it? Excuse me? What did we tell him? And a year later, the OP's bio has she/they. Crazy how it happens, isn't it? How long do you think it would take for you to notice if every human on Earth vanished except for you? Instantly, a few minutes, a few hours, a day, a few days, a week, a couple weeks, a month, even longer than that, I wouldn't notice at all. Oh, it's about the rapture. Alright, fair enough. Depending on when it happens, it might take me like a full day. Because I very much so am one of the people who doesn't have a quote-unquote third place and is just work, home, work, home, work, home. Logs onto Tumblr. I wonder what the people who don't leave their house are saying about screwing today. Okay, I walked into that one. Fair enough. It's put me up against a firing squad Monday. Feeling this one today, lads. Life's screwed, future's screwed, and I'm on 4 hours of sleep. Let's freaking go! How compelling. Please face the wall now. I mean, this is relatable. Pro tip, next time, put your candy corn in a bowl, add milk, and eat it like cereal. It will make you feel much worse than just eating candy corn straight, but it'll be a more memorable experience. Great life tip. Thank you, Anon. Wait, man, I just realized I have candy corn and milk right now. Hold on. Okay, I tried it. It's honestly not really much worse, but it's like, eh. Like, candy corn's really waxy, so it doesn't have that much of an effect. I'm kind of disappointed, actually. Thought this would be, like, much worse. Nah, it's candy corn and milk. I'm not sure what I expected. I have to make the bed, but he's in the way. Be sealed for all time. He didn't even move. You threw a sheet on him and he didn't care. That's where he lives now. Eating fruit is okay. Source? That banana is holding her hostage. That's such a beautiful photo. Why do both shows about wizards without magic have a sister complex character? Huh. Okay, that's an interesting point. I'd like to counter that and point out anime sister complex characters are just a really common trope there. I don't know what to tell you. I don't even think it's just there. I think we have way too many sister complex characters, period. Like, it is everywhere. Sometimes it's cute and other times it's horrifying. Why did you learn Finnish? To communicate with my parents and extended family. At age 1, I started to feel a bit hungry and decided I should start speaking so my parents would feed me. Hope this helps. It's genuinely jarring how many people forget that you can have a first language other than English. Look, my Canadian butt might not be able to actually speak French, but I understand other people do. And some people are better at French than English here, and that's okay. A great moment in movie history is when Harvey can't recognize the Joker until he takes off his surgery mask. He thought it was Tom Cruise. Ended up being Bobby with the tool. How does he not notice? Half of his face just got blown off. That boy's higher than a giraffe. Well, okay, that's not... Of all the places in a giraffe you had to point to, it's Tumblr. What did I expect? I am sick and tired of seeing how much hate towards Al. Al hasn't done anything to hurt anyone. Al is harmless. But I can already hear the Al haters out there. Al is an original? No crap, Sherlock. That's what I love most about Al. People aren't supposed to look like that. That sounds like a problem between you and God. Frankly, plenty of people like the way Al looks. Al is too weird. Have you ever thought that you might be too normal to actually appreciate Al? I think you all need to apologize to Al right now. Apologize to him. Apologize to Weird Al right now. Yeah, this is a lot funnier when you can't tell if it's saying Al or AI, but you know. I still stand by it. Al needs more respect. He's holding an Emmy and people love him in general, but come on, he's awesome. Love Al. Save your prostate. Confirmation, your prostate is the size of a lemon, and I'm about to make a lemonade. Thanks, Duke Nukem. Every single frickin' time Allow American Country implements a progressive law/policy, you people have to be all like, how fricked up are we that country name is being more progressive than the US? As if it's so inconceivable that a country you deemed as backwards and barbaric could possibly be making more right decisions than your imperialistic crud hole of a country. She algorized in my cave until I joke pending. The Tumblr users are entertained by the mere shadow cast by this joke. Does anyone know if there's anything good ever happening again? Hashtag I hope so. It feels that way sometimes, but good stuff does still happen. Why Wayne got socks on in the jacuzzi? Those are his hooves, you sucker. 10 years of those are his hooves, you sucker. Why the frick am I still on here? Every single line in this has to have a swear. Even the URL that posted the frickin' photo has one. I had to censor so much for this joke. Night posting this, Princess posting that. Who is tilling the fields? You only hear from the field workers because they aren't posting. They're surfing the internet. Surfing the internet. There are no surf posts because they were almost exclusively illiterate. That doesn't stop most Tumblr users. It doesn't stop me. Do you have any idea how many retakes I've had to do to make this video? Rest assured, I might as well be illiterate. When you're talking to a new online friend and they say bloody for the first time, I know what you are. I have been corrected. I don't know. Doctor will fix me. They'll do a scan and find the triple darkness in my stomach and be like, oh my god, we're so sorry. We should have removed this at birth like everyone else. I don't know how this was missed. We're so sorry. You've been living like this for your whole life. And I'll be fixed. My brain too, and all the clouds will part. Please, please, please. White boys be like, I'm gonna make you come so hard. And you're like, what, to my senses? Every time I see this, I'm thrown to hysterics because for some reason, I never anticipate the ending of the sentence. The author's open fetish that complements the themes of their work. Important plot device that's also just author's fetish. Call it Jackoff's gun. Okay, I don't want to be insensitive, but are you a man? Because you shouldn't say something gets you hard if you're not. This is going straight into the greatest hits of my inbox. Jokes on them, my kitty calcifies when aroused. In all seriousness though, clits also firm up through 100% same mechanism as peckers because the two are essentially the same organ, just differently proportioned. If you have any of that, you are capable of getting hard. Mine gets harder than all of yours though. Mine mineralizes. It fossilizes. I'm harder than man or woman could ever be. You should probably have that looked at, but honestly, if it doesn't bother you, then you do you, I guess. You wouldn't believe how many geologists I pull. I mean, I guess that is the correct doctor to have a look at it. Geologists know their rocks. It works. Fair enough. Can't help but notice my porcelain critter figures are no longer arranged by height, but by taxonomy. Who could have done this? I don't know. Gee, that's pretty strange. I know, right? Who goes on impishly rearranging trinkets? Wait a frickin' second. Friend who swears they don't molt, but once a year they disappear for a week and come back slightly larger with beautiful, smooth skin. And I'll be honest, Daddy's uncomfortable watching Steven Universe with you after your Vizzy Pop discourse. Y'all have no idea how terrible my Wi-Fi is in my gothic castle. The four sacred artistic motives. What if this bad thing was good instead? How about make-believe land can have whatever I want? Would that be screwed up or what? I think that stuff's hot. And they all give us valuable resources. And these all make beautiful stories in their own right. You can probably tell which family member is coming upstairs by their step pattern, but wouldn't be able to pick out your own. If my own footsteps were coming down the hall towards me, I reckon I have bigger problems on my hands. And with that, I think I hear my own footsteps coming up, so I gotta end this video nice and quick. So like, comment, subscribe, see you all next year, and I hope you all have a fantastic life. Special thanks to Willow, our glass passenger.